Hello and welcome back to part 3 of showing you how to do a virus shawl. We're going to now start row 7. We ended by doing a treble on top of a treble and a treble on top of the last 3 chains. So we're going to turn our work. Now the next one, you'll be pleased to know, has a little bit of a variation in the fact we add a chain like before when we were back here. So we're going to start off with 4 chains, 3 to represent the treble and then 1 to represent a chain. So we've already worked into this, so we're going to go into the next stitch along, into the next treble, and we're going to do a treble and then we're going to add a chain, 1. Then we're going to go into the next one along, do another treble and add a chain 1, and we're going to go along all of this row doing exactly the same. So you have a little reprieve by a little chain 1. There you go. Very welcome, don't you think? Now you just carry on, treble, chain 1, but we are going to just chain 1 after each one along here, but we need to be careful in a minute just to do a treble when we get near the end. So the moment we're all right, we're carrying on. Now we need to stop adding that welcome little chain 1 when we get to this stage, when we get to the loop. So we've done chain 1 all along, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got our 10, but we don't go into this. This is where it changes. We don't do the chain 1 and we don't go into this space. We yarn over the hook, we miss this space, and we need to go right across here to find the next treble. Just going to say that again for you because this is where it can get a bit complicated. So we've done the 3 chains plus 1, so 4 altogether to represent the treble and a chain. We've gone into the next stitch and we've just done a treble there, then we've added the welcome chain, treble chain, all the way along until you reach this 4 chain little loop. When you reach there, do not put another chain, just do a treble, just put the yarn over there ready. We miss this completely and we have to go right across here till we meet up with this big row of trebles again, and then we will go in there. So miss here and make sure we don't confuse this 4 chain little loop, and we go in there into the first row of trebles with a treble and a chain 1 again. And that is how it looks. And then we carry on with that pattern that we've just been doing at the beginning, where we do a treble and the welcome little chain, and we carry on all the way along the top, treble, the welcome little chain. can get a little bit complicated at this stage, and I hope that I have made that easy for you, and I hope you don't mind me explaining it again, because once you get it and you think great, and you're off. But it's just getting over that first hurdle with crochet patterns, and once you get over the hurdle, you're off. And that's why I love crochet, because yes, it's sometimes difficult getting over that first hurdle with a new pattern, a new stitch, but once you've done that, it's so rewarding, because especially on a project like this where it will grow so quickly, and you'll know yourself that initial frustration, perhaps not getting it right, will be worth it, even if you have to pull it out and pull it out. I've pulled out projects, I've pulled out quite complex patterns where I've nearly finished the project, I've pulled it all out because I've made an error and I can't correct it, and I pull out, and I just do it because at the end of the day you want to create something that you're proud of, and if it means pulling it out, so be it. It's not the end of the world, and it's all part of doing your craft, doing your crochet, and it's an achievement factor in the end when you do it. Now let's just have that all important count, make sure we have got what we need. So we need the treble and the chain 1, so we went right across there, making sure we did not count that V. Right, now what we need to do is the same as last time. We don't need to put the little chain 1 because we've now reached the loop. So just put your yarn over so you're ready. We skip the loop completely, and then we've got this chain 4 where we secured last time. Put that to one side, and we need to go in there. Now I just want to make this one a bit tighter because I felt the other one was a bit loose, so just try and pull the yarn, put the hook in, and I'm just going to try and pull to make that just a bit tighter, and I'll show you in comparison in a moment. And there we go with the chain 1 after, and then we go in again with the treble and the chain 1, in again, right through this row with the same treble, chain 1. It's a welcome change, and a little chain in there, I find. So he's got the honour of being called the welcome chain. Now, I do like a bit of variation in my crochet when you do have a little extra stitch there. Now, let's see, now here we're at the end, and we need to finish with a treble on the top of the chain 3, so let's just go in there, and obviously you don't put a chain at the end, that would not work. And there you have the end of row 7. You see there's that pesky end. I'm going to put him at the back for now. I will darn him in, I promise you, at the end. Now, I want to show you this. On this side you can see it looks rather loose where I've gone across. Whereas on this side, if you remember, I said you try and pull the yarn. Now can you see it does look more effective when you pull the yarn. It did look like I was pulling quite tight, and I think I probably was, because I wanted to achieve that tightness. But on the other hand, I want to keep this here to show you that just pull a little bit hard. You don't have to yank it, just keep it tight if you possibly could, and then you'll get a better effect. But I want to keep that in just to show you. So we'll crack on, if you like, and we'll do the next row, which is the last row of the repeat. So we'll turn our work. Now, this is one I must just have a double check of the pattern, if you don't mind. Now, we have to do this long spindly chain again. So, the same as back there, we have a chain of 3 to represent a treble, and then we're doing the 7 to represent the 7 chains. It is a bit spindly, isn't it? Now, that one, we double crochet in the second space. So, the second space. So, there's obviously the first one. We double crochet in that little square there, the second space. Okay, now, we're going to chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to secure again in the next space. No, sorry, skip a chain space and double crochet in the next space. So skip and double crochet in the next. I'm referring to my pattern because you'll see why it gets a bit complicated here, and we do want to show you correctly. We're chaining up another 4, and we're missing a space, and we're going into the next space. So we need to do that 3 times. So we've got 1, 2, so we need 1 more. Chain up 4 and miss a space and go into the next space with a double crochet, and that will give you 1 big loop and 3 little loops. Now we need to chain 7. This is where you're really going on with this pattern now. If you get to this stage, 7, and we need to skip 2 chain spaces, and we're bridging this dip really. So this is what I want to show you. The pattern will tell you, and if you look at a pattern of this, to skip 2. Now, to make it easier for myself, I always put down skip 3 spaces. So 1, I'm going to count that as 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's what I do. And why not, to make it easier? And then we have to secure this now. So 1, 2, 3, and secure in here. And then we're going to chain up 4, miss a space and chain and double crochet, and that's the second one. Chain up 4. This is quite complicated. I hope I'm making it easier for you to understand than I first found it. 4, again, miss a space and secure that. Now let's just see, we need again 3 little loops, 1, 2, 3, and then we're at the top, near the top. So when we get to the top, we're going to do another big loop, of 7 chains. We're going to miss a little space and we're going to go into the next space. Okay, that takes us up to the top. Now I'll show you on the table. So we've got the big chain, big loop here, which we secured. We missed a little space and we secured into the second space. We did a chain of 4 and we missed a space and we secured into the second space, and we did that again and again. Then we did the chain of 7, but we missed, as I say, some patterns will tell you to miss 2, but I like to say miss 3 because it makes it, for me, and hopefully you'll get it too, easier to understand. And we go right across and we secure into a little space. Then we do 4, we miss a space and we secure, and we do that again to make 3 little loops. And then we do the next one will be 7, and we then secure again right at the very top. So we have to do a mirror image, so we'll repeat exactly the same on the other side. And here again you will miss, I say in effect, 3 spaces. I think you'll find that makes it easier. As you saw, I had to keep going back and looking at my pattern. It is a little bit more complex, granted, but once you get it, as I say, you'll be off. So that is, ta-da, the end of the virus shawl repeat. And now what you do is you go back and you repeat rows 5 to 8, 5 to 8, and that will be your shawl. Now at the end of this row here that we've just done, you end, let me just check that for you. Yes, you do your 7 to make your last loop, and you end on the top, on the 3rd chain. So on the top of this 3rd chain, you end there with a treble. So that is it. And if we go back to here, let's just pop this on top for you to see where that was your first. Nope, there we go. Different yarn, so I'm having to pull just a little bit, but you can see there where you've gone, and it will just be a repeat of rows 5 to 8, and that will be your pattern as you go further and further up, and you can make it as big as you like. I have seen mega size shawls that really are fantastic, but obviously take longer. It's up to you. This one, as you see, this green one, it's not very big at all, so just fits in to these screen here. It's not very big, but it's efficient, and the variegated one I'm still working on, so I haven't got to the end of that. I hope you've enjoyed these videos, and I hope you will feel inspired to do this shawl, and we can always do the repeat on another video if people wanted that. We could even change colour and show you the repeat. We'll see how you get on up to now, and good luck and happy crocheting. If you need to pull anything out, pull it out, do it again, count. Don't be worried, don't get concerned if it doesn't go right the first time. Just keep plodding on and you'll end up with a beautiful shawl you'll be proud of. Thank you for watching.